Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation called The Role of Intercultural Communicative Competence in Learning English. My name is Ogultumar Hezret Kuliba and I am a graduate student at Tracker University. Nowadays, English has become the global lingua franca and serves as a vital tool for international communication, business, and cultural exchange. Moreover, it is the official or second language in many countries and plays a central role in travel, media, and technology. For learners, English is not only a school subject, but also a key skill for building a better future. In communication, grammatical proficiency and vocabulary knowledge are not enough. When learning a language, culture and communication are the most important factors. Thus, ICC is a crucial in learning foreign language as English. In a nutshell, when learners enhance their intercultural awareness, it helps them develop the human relationship with people of other languages and cultures. Basically, it means understanding cultural rules, values, and behaviors, which affect how people understand messages and interact with each other. Developing ICC not only helps language learners use English literally, but also in real life cultural situations. In a sense, when language learners build intercultural awareness, they can communicate better and understand other cultures more deeply. It helps them promote empathy and sensitivity, which are vital for avoiding misunderstandings and fostering positive relationships. According to Dorff, ICC is the skill to interact properly and successfully in intercultural situations, using the right attitudes, knowledgeable, and abilities. As English is used worldwide in multicultural settings, having intercultural skills enables learners to adapt their communication style to various cultural norms. Culture and language are closely connected and influence each other in every aspect. Communication emerges through the proper use of language and culture. Culture is a milestone in language acquisition because it shapes how learners understand and use the language. Culture shapes the way people speak, behave, and understand the world. Communication allows individuals to bridge cultural differences. By understanding culture, learners can communicate more clearly and appropriately with others. Culture and communication together make human interaction meaningful and effective. Culture includes the values, beliefs, traditions, and behaviors shared by a group of people. Culture shapes how people speak, gesture, and interpret messages. Understanding cultural differences is essential for effective communication. Some cultures prefer direct communication, while others rely on indirect expressions or nonverbal cues. ICC helps learners use language appropriately in different cultural contexts, avoiding misunderstandings and building stronger relationships. Communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, feelings, or messages between people. It can happen through speaking, writing, gestures, body language, and even facial expressions. Communication helps people understand each other, work together, and build relationships. Overall, communication cannot be separated from culture, and successful interaction depends on recognizing and respecting cultural differences. Importance of ICC in English learning. Without ICC, learners can use language correctly, but still they can face problems in this process. ICC helps them use English in a meaningful way and encourages them to respect other cultures, build better relationships. Therefore, teachers should include cultural knowledge and intercultural activities in English lessons. In this way, students can learn both the language and the skills to use it successfully in different cultural contexts too. Briefly, ICC means being able to use a language not only correctly but also in a way that is suitable for different cultures. When people learn English, they usually focus on grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation. However, knowing all of this is not enough to communicate well in real life. English is spoken by millions of people from many countries. Each of them has different traditions, ways of thinking, and styles of communication. Because of this, learners also need ICC to understand these cultural differences and to avoid misunderstandings. As Robert Jazi explains, ICC refers to the way a foreign or second language learner applies their language knowledge in real life interactions. It is not limited to knowing grammar rules or vocabulary, but also involves understanding when, where, and how to use language appropriately. Challenges faced by learners in acquiring intercultural communicative skills. Acquiring intercultural communicative skills is an essential part of learning a foreign language, but it is also one of the most challenging aspects for learners. One major challenge also in learning language is cultural differences in communication styles. Learners may struggle to understand indirect speech, gestures, and social norms that differ from their own culture. So, for example, a behavior considered polite in one culture may be seen as a rude or confusing in another culture. This can lead to misunderstandings and frustration, especially in real life interactions. The importance of ICC in English learning can be seen in everyday situations. For example, some cultures speak very directly while others are some polite and indirect. A learner who doesn't know this difference might think the other person is rude or unfriendly. Thus, Kronman argued that more attention should be given to difficulties of developing intercultural communication skills, especially when interacting with people who have less knowledge and awareness. ICC helps learners to understand this difference and adopt their behavior. It also makes learners more confident because they feel ready to talk to people from many parts of the world. In addition, it increases motivation. From this point of view, language learning is not only memorizing words, but also a way to discover new cultures and make international friendships. Another challenge is ethnocentrism, or the tendency to view one's own culture as a superior. In this context, it is clear that ethnocentrism restricts one's ability to build connections and friendships across different cultures. Learners with strong ethnocentric attitudes may resist adopting new cultural perspectives. It makes it harder to build empathy and understand others. Similarly, language and limitations can create barriers. Even if learners know grammar or vocabulary, they might have the words and expressions and to convey respect, politeness appropriately in cultural contexts. Practical strategies to enhance ICC in English language classrooms. Developing ICC in English classes requires linking language learning with cultural understanding. Teachers can integrate cultural topics such as traditions, festivals, daily life, and social norms into lessons. Using authentic materials like videos and articles also very important. Interactive methods, role plays, simulations, discussions, and international projects allow learners to practice communication in diverse contexts. Encouraging students to compare cultures, reflect on misunderstandings, and build self awareness fosters empathy and critical thinking. Finally, assessments should measure not only language accuracy but also cultural appropriateness. These strategies help learners move beyond grammar and vocabulary to communicate effectively in a multicultural world. To sum up, ICC is essential in English teaching as it combines language skills with cultural awareness, preparing students for effective communication in a globalized world. Grammar and vocabulary alone are not enough. Learners must also understand cultural differences, communication styles, and social norms. Although challenges like ethnocentrism or limited exposure exist, strategies such as cultural context or cultural content, authentic materials, interactive activities, and reflection can overcome this all. Ultimately, ICC enriches language learning, fostering confidence, empathy, and respect in intercultural interactions. And thank you for listening my presentation.